Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So we don't even have to worry about anything now.
No, this is just like
even if we
whatever.
Drive,
whatever.
Even if we drive, it's nothing's gonna overpower it.
Right. People aren't even gonna know what is going on right now because it's the first time listening to our show, and we're just like, wow, 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 wow.
We're just mouthing off at each other.
Well, should we even? I mean, whatever. We just saw the dog.
Yeah.
That stupid dog.
With the unhappy old man.
Yeah. That both very unhappy.
Should we go somewhere?
Yeah. Well, where do you want to go?
That depends.
I'm hungry.
Should we go? Well, it all depends on what we're hungry for.
I'm hungry for food, edible sustenance.
Yeah. Well,
let's just put the car in gear and get the fuck out of here.
House?
No, I don't want to kill anybody.
Whether near or far, here we are. It's R&R, and we're in the car.
All right, there we go.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Today on our very first show, we're discussing a topic we're all familiar with but rarely ever really talk about. It's the subject of songs and poetry and can be thrown around casually in reference to a great movie. It can be used to describe feelings about family, exist platonically between friends, or represent the deepest romantic bond between two people. I think Brandon Boyd nailed the bipolar dichotomy of it all when he said it'll make you touch the sky or find quicksand. It's the power of a battlefield that hurts, scars, wounds, marks, and stinks. Today, Ronnie, we're talking about love.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck you.
Why'd you say fuck you?
Because that fucker sat there and waited for the fucking yellow to pop up, and now we gotta sit here now.
Yeah, but the light is now red, the color of love, like the subject.
It was like pink.
Oh yeah.
I thought red was like the color of rage.
It's both. It's both. I think it's like the hottest color. It represents the deepest emotions, like anger and love and
hate.
Hate.
Well, that's
even hate.
That's the same thing as anger, isn't it?
Right. Well, no, I don't think so. But it's deep. Sure is deep. Here comes a school bus. This is R&R in the car. This is Ryan and Ronnie,
yes.
Or Ronnie and Ryan, whichever we decide is the first R.
It doesn't really matter.
Doesn't
Pick
really
whatever
matter.
you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Guys, guess what? My name actually isn't Ed. Holy shit.
It's Ronnie today.
Yeah, today I'm Ronnie. On Friday I'll be Ed.
Which is your real name? We'll never know.
Ooh. Is Ed my real name or is Ronnie my stage name? More on this at 11.
I know you're all on the edge of your seats.
Yeah.
We're on the edge of our car seats.
Hey, because we're in the car.
We are.
And there's 2 R's in our names.
That's true.
Or is there?
It rhymes. I don't know. So what do you think? What do you have any feelings about the feeling that everybody's feeling?
When was the first time that when was the first time that you fell in love with someone or something? We'll say that. Someone or something.
Well, that's I guess that's kind of like what I wanted to talk about is like the vast ways in which the word love can be applied.
Yeah.
Like whether it's to like inanimate objects, like a toy. Like I can remember being a kid and like really loving certain things. I put an extreme amount of feeling on inanimate things. I know that.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, like more than other people would, and I don't like. I'm trying to think of an example. Like my Stay Puft Marshmallow Man doll that I had when I was a little kid was like, I was definitely in love with that.
Okay.
But I think as far as like a relationship kind of love, I was probably wasn't even in like until my 20s.
Huh.
Like when I was 20, I think was the first time I would say I fell in love. I mean, now I feel like I'm babbling, Ronnie, but
that's fine.
There was a girl named Dawn in 3rd grade. I mean, there were all kinds of girls. There were girls all over the place, and everybody. I don't know if everybody was like this, but I definitely would like single out one girl that I really, really felt an attraction to, and like it almost. At the risk of sounding creepy, it would become like kind of an obsession. Like I would be like, her name was Dawn in 3rd grade. I remember her, and I would just be like, God, Dawn is so great. Dawn. So Dawn was the dawn of my my ventures into love for a female. How about you? Have you ever been in love?
I remember when I was a young lad and I was obsessed with, well, not obsessed, I'll say I was in love with Thomas the Tank Engine. My mom will be the first person to tell you that I used to adore Thomas the Tank Engine. I had
all aboard.
Clothes, costumes, toys. I had the little wooden whistle thing that barely worked, and I would get lightheaded every time I would like play with it because I would put all my effort into making the coolest whistle noise.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how old were you?
I was, God, how old was I? Maybe like 6, maybe at the youngest. I was 6 years old.
Did you ever like have romantic feelings for Thomas?
Oh God, no! A gigantic metal train that had the ability to run me over? No, thank you.
Or go directly into your butt. It's got a good shape. Gives a whole new meaning to running a train.
Hey. I don't think we should be talking about a 6-year-old getting anally raped by a train on our first episode.
Our first show, and it took us. God, that's got to be some kind of record. What the fuck is this guy in front of us doing?
I don't know.
Hey, asshole! Let's go!
Ryan.
Sorry. Hey, it worked.
I guess that's one way.
Yeah.
Besides using the horn.
Oh, it was because they had a red light. Don't you hate that? When you yell and scream at somebody? That just because you're in a rush or you want to go get food doesn't mean the person in front of you is responsible. Like, they don't know.
Yeah.
Like, when I did drive, I remember just fucking getting so mad at the people that were just taking forever in front of me. But that you have to stop and remember that, like,
they don't know.
They don't know that you're late for work and it's not their fault.
I might have to cut that down a little bit now.
What?
When you fucking...
No, you don't. We do not. This is uncensored, bro.
No, I'm saying, like, cut the audio down just a wee bit so it isn't too loud.
You think it'll be too loud?
I don't know. I'll have to read it back and see.
Oh, right.
So if I pull out my headphones and there's blood on them, I might have to turn it down just a wee bit.
Well, so 6 years old,
I was in love with Thomas the Tank Engine.
You were in love with Thomas the Tank Engine. On track, so to speak, to figuring out that you could love something.
Yes.
Do you remember the first time you felt like a romantic love for another human being?
It was in first grade, and her name was Hannah. And there were two things that I liked about Hannah. One was that she liked me, and the other was that if I spelled her name backwards, it would spell Hannah.
Palindrome love.
That was literally one of the reasons why I was like, holy shit, this girl is the bee's knees.
Wow.
Because I can spell her name backwards and it would still be her name.
That's awesome.
So.
Sink. Bee's knees backwards is Seeb Sink.
The more you know.
I know.
R&R come at you with that knowledge.
Hey! Okay, so her name was Hannah.
Yes.
You liked her because she liked you.
Yes, we both had a mutual love for each other.
And then...
First grade love.
First grade.
If you want to call it that.
No, I definitely don't think that... First of all, I think that age can sometimes be irrelevant.
Yeah.
Especially with feelings, because you're in a moment that is kind of unaffected by like anything else. So you don't know in that moment that like you're not going to develop into like a mature quote unquote adult until you're 18. You're 6, you're 7, and what you're feeling is it's valid. There's a validity to it because it's all you know.
Yeah.
So that I definitely believe that somebody can be in love at 6 or 7 or 8, whatever it is.
Quick digression, just a quick one. Where the fuck are we going?
I don't know. Do you want to go to Arby's?
Sure. I mean, I just started driving with no clear motive as to where I was going, and we just started talking.
I'm so hungry, I could eat at Arby's.
Damn, you must be hungry.
That's damn hungry. Or do you want to go somewhere else?
No, Arby's is fine.
What's the food you love?
I don't know. I'm into Italian food, if we're gonna be honest.
Ew. Too hairy.
Okay. Did you hear that Mario isn't a plumber anymore?
What is he now?
I have no idea, but they apparently according to like the official Japanese like lore of Mario or something like that, he's not a plumber.
I don't think he ever was a plumber.
No, he was a plumber. That explains
sure?
the pipes and such.
Yeah, but
and the overall.
first of all,
everything.
those pipes, those are not like traditional pipes.
Yeah, of course
they're
not. Because they take you
green.
to some sort of fucking underworld.
Yeah, and they're fucking green. That Mario never once plumbed. He never once did.
Well, I mean, he did have a TV show back then.
Which one? The
live action
Wait,
one.
and who's the guy? Who's the wrestler? I can't remember his name. Fuck, my friend Dean's gonna kill me. Ah, damn it. I could Google it, but then I feel like I was cheating. I'm gonna do it. Because I can't do this. I can't fucking...
There's a wrestling plumber?
Yeah, the wrestler was the live action... fuck, his name was like Stan the Man Bansfield or so. I can't remember. And then they would like interject little animated segments. It was like, go do the Mario. So yeah, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, do the Mario. You remember?
Yeah. I also remember the part where he told us not to do drugs or we'll go to hell before we die.
Oh, I didn't listen to that.
Ron was like, ah.
Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck you, Mario.
Fuck you. Not the film, the show. Live action show.
Unless it was a film, is my life gonna lie?
Well, there was a movie. Did you ever see the movie?
No.
What? Saw that shit in the theater. Super Show. Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Who is the actor? Oh. Lou Albano.
Albano.
Yeah, but what he had like a
Let's see, do I know that guy?
better name. Captain Lou. Okay, so we are here. Are we gonna park? We're gonna park, right? Or do you want to eat? Oh, let's just keep this going, and we'll eat in the car.
Hey, that guy dumped his coffee out on the road.
What do you think of that idea?
What?
To just keep this podcast going and order and eat and do it all. It's a real live action extravaganza.
Sure.
All right. Real time.
This is why birds get fat.
Why?
Because people like the guy in front of us dumping out fucking coffee on the fucking side of the road.
Birds get fat.
Because people be dumping out food that they don't finish and birds eat the rest of it.
Did I tell you about yesterday? I was at work at Lucky's.
Yeah.
And it was dead. There was like nobody in there. But this kid, one of the guys I work with, looked out the window and he's like, "What is that? A squirrel? No, that's a gigantic bird." And I looked out. Look here. Look. I looked outside.
Oh, you took a picture of it?
I took a bunch of pictures. I looked outside, and there was this fucking gigantic hawk.
Oh, fuck.
And it had come down, and it was destroying a rabbit.
Oh, wow.
Like, ripping it. Like, I went outside, and I got real close to it. I kept inching closer and closer and closer. This thing was huge, dude.
Ooh, my.
It was.
Oh, fuck, it looked at you.
Yeah, it did. I was really close to it, and look. You can see all the bloody mess it's eating. It was just like destroyed. So I don't know. You could like hear it pulling the rabbit's ears off.
Ew.
It was crazy. I never saw anything like that.
Circle of life, I suppose.
Yeah. And as I got closer to it, it like grabbed the rabbit and then flew up onto the top of the fire station to finish it.
Right.
It was pretty sweet. Made me hungry.
For some rabbit.
For some rabbit.
Hashtag not sponsored by Arby's, by the way, but we're getting Arby's.
I don't know if I'd rather eat Arby's or a dead rabbit. I'm not sure.
My mom's eaten rabbit before. My mom's eaten rabbit and crocodile.
Huh. I've eaten rabbit. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has a velveteen texture.
I don't think I've ever eaten rabbit. Unless I haven't, I just wasn't aware.
I'm sure you would know it.
Yeah, if I ate fucking Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. You would know all about it.
I feel like if I told my mom that she's probably eating duck, she'd be like, yeah.
So this is good. Because we want to talk, we want to have a subject.
Yeah.
This is our first show, so we're figuring stuff out. We want to have a subject, like a spine.
Yeah.
And then
A structure of
and
the
then
whole thing.
we can kind of venture out into the ribs or the whatever other parts of the skeleton we want to go into, and then we can come right back.
Getting back on the topic of love,
Oh,
right?
sure, yeah. Since this drive-through line is taking forever.
Let's see. We know about who and what we first fell in love with.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. I mean, it kind of evolves, right? So
Basically.
you start with love for your parents, probably first.
Oh yeah.
Like, born to your mother, and you love that. Right, papa. I mean, you guys know where babies come from.
You better.
You better, you fucks. I mean, I could play some audio of how it happens.
Don't do that.
Okay, all right.
We're fine.
We'll keep it semi PG-13. Let's see. So, okay, so you start with like love for your parents, and then probably like siblings.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't know about. And then it kind of drifts into your like it's not real love because it's not reciprocated, but it's kind of like an adoration for inanimate things like video games, movies, toys, TV shows.
Yeah.
Food? Food, sure.
Yeah.
Definitely food. Clothing. Like your favorite shirt. I love this shirt.
Colors?
I love blue. Blue is my favorite color.
I gotta remember that. Like, I'm gonna fucking forget it.
Right. What?
That blue's your favorite color.
Oh, you don't have to. It's not like...
No, there's things that I want to remember about, like, when I'm like, I want this person to be my friend, I'm like, I have to know the most basic of things so that, like, I can, like, prove to them, or not even them, or prove to just, like, other people that hey,
they're important to you.
Yeah, that I know that person.
No, I'm like that, too. I log away birthdays.
Yeah.
If somebody mentions something they like, especially somebody that I, like, want to impress,
yeah,
I'll, like, log it away. Which is good. That shows that you, you have
a decent human being.
Well, no, you're making an effort to like be aware of something that's important to somebody else.
Yeah.
That's very important. I think that's something you do when you love somebody. You kind of you want them to be happy, so you want to remember what they like, the things they like, the things they want to do. So. Anyway, what was I saying? So it gravitates from
siblings and parents and such to movies and food and cars and clothes and things like that.
Well, and then to like actual people.
I guess it goes back to people.
Back to people. Well, first you're in love with what mostly is unconditional.
Yeah.
That's the first love that you feel is an unconditional love.
Yeah.
I'd love it if they gave you some room. There we go. All right. So let's take a second to order.
Can I get the bourbon barbecue triple stack sandwich?
You always get that.
Fuck you, no I don't.
Could you say that again, sir?
Can I get the bourbon barbecue triple stack sandwich? I'll fucking kill you.
You want the meal?
No, just a sandwich.
Alright, is that everything?
You're not getting a drink?
Sure, I'll get it. Can I also get a, fuck, I don't know what that says.
Somebody's going to be listening to this and want to listen to
Shut
it?
up. Can I get a small Pepsi?
Next time on R&R in the Car, what will Ronnie order to drink?
Small Pepsi?
Yes.
Would that be all?
What do you want?
Huh?
What do you want?
I don't know. We'll find out next time. I want a... Oh, so, okay, can I have a, beef and cheddar sandwich?
Alright?
With a classic roast beef sandwich?
Alright?
And also a 3-piece potato cakes?
Alright?
And a small Pepsi with no ice. No, medium Pepsi with no ice. We might be here a while. Yes, please.
Alright? Is that everything?
Yeah.
Alright, your total. So we have a classic, a Reuben triple stack with a small Pepsi, beef and cheddar, medium potato cake, and a medium Pepsi with no ice. Your total is $20.65.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You know what I hate about this place, dude? She could continuously put up the window so she can't hear me. She continuously cuts us off to ask, is that everything? If it was everything, I'd fucking say, that's everything, thank you. Don't stop fucking interjecting and like interrupt. It's so rude.
Can I leave that in?
Yes.
So hang on. When you said like, what will Ronnie order? Do you want me to like cut that out?
No.
Okay, so just leave that. Leave
Nothing
it all
is
in.
getting cut.
Okay, all right. Well,
That's the
you
point.
said it like I thought you were gonna like. You
No.
wanted me to like put in a fucking commercial or something. A fake commercial.
No.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Oh, speaking of commercials, we do have to get paid somehow.
Yeah.
So we've got our first sponsor is Rudy's what is this shit? Rudy's Goo? It's
Don't laugh. They're
I'm
not
sorry.
gonna pay
I'm
us
sorry.
till we
I'm sorry.
laugh.
Yeah, you're right. Is your computer ugly? Do you have trouble getting your work done, gaming, or even surfing the web on a disgusting, boring eyesore of a laptop or PC? You need a tube of Rudy's new computer beautifying glue. Just smear one glob of this revolutionary goo on your... Is that your stomach?
That was the intercom thing.
Oh. Okay. Just smear one glob of this revolutionary goo on your computer display and you'll turn any boring screen into a dazzling scene. Go to www.rudygoo.com and enter the code R&R for a free tube. Why are you laughing now? They're not going to pay us.
They'll pay us to Oh, I better get an envelope in my fucking mailbox in like a week.
What do you want? Free goo?
No, we already got our free goo, remember? We got a discount on our free...
Oh, right.
We got a discount on our free goo.
Free goo?
A
discount?
They sent us
some... A five-fingered discount.
They sent us some test tubes.
They did?
Yeah.
Full of goo.
Full of goo for our computers.
The ones they made me suck out of a hose?
Don't
Wearing
say
a blindfold? Ow. He hits me.
They're gonna be
Call
like,
the police!
They're gonna be like, oh God, look what he said. No more sponsors.
Ow!
That's Ryan.
Ronnie!
Swear to God.
Oh God!
I'm kicking you in the driver's seat.
My nuts! How did you kick me in the balls while I'm sitting in a car seat while you're in the driver's seat?
Why are you in a car seat?
I don't know. I don't mean like a kid's car seat.
Just
Like,
say
what do you call this?
A passenger seat, Ryan.
And that's a
Fucking
back
hell.
seat, right? They strapped me into a car seat.
Anyway,
Face me in the rear direction. It's safest that way.
getting back on the topic of love here.
Mm-hmm.
Is there one thing or multiple things that you were in love
Hold on, I
with?
want to take a picture.
Okay. This is happening right now.
Yep.
I was like, don't fuck up my car door. Alright. He's taking a picture of the plants again. He's done this before. When we were going to work, he got out of the car while we were like getting our food and everything. And he took a picture of the whatchamacallit. He took a picture of the plants. I don't know what the fuck they're called.
I hope you were talking while I was gone.
Of course I
and
was
not just
talking while you were
leaving
gone.
dead air.
Oh, I should have done that.
I took a picture. Move your hand. You almost made me sit on it.
Oh, it was fine.
Whatever. So, we got one more person ahead of us before we get our food. All right, so yeah, back on topic.
Yeah. What was one thing that you fell in love with at a young age that you're still in love with today?
Whether inanimate or...
Inanimate person,
Animate.
I don't know. Color?
Oh, boy. Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles?
Oh, yeah.
My stepdad likes Ninja Turtles.
They're fucking awesome. Every time... I can't help but see... Like, I can't help but feel, like, this... indescribable joy whenever I even, like, see anything Ninja Turtle related.
Shit.
And we went and saw the two new movies in the theater, and even though they were, like, awful... I mean, the second one I liked better. Even though...
The second one was okay.
I love it, because just to see Bebop and Rocksteady on the screen was something that I had waited
I like
for.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
They're awesome. They're still fucking up, like, Shredder and stuff, which sucks. But, like, they're trying, sort of. What they need to do is put, like, real fans in charge, because it seems like they're not doing that.
They'll actually put some thought into it.
Right. Crying was a mess, but it was still great to see him. It was like, it doesn't matter how they do it, because I love the subject matter so much.
Yeah.
Anything that relates to it.
They really fucked up the crying.
Yeah. They shouldn't have used. I hate to bring up.
No, come on.
What's his name? Why can't for some reason I can't remember anybody's names. Ray's brother.
Who's Ray's brother?
Robert.
Oh!
Ray, he's tall.
Oh, Ray Romano.
Yeah.
Deborah! They're talking about me on the podcast, Deborah.
He's Krang's voice.
Really?
Yeah, the brother. Fuck, what is his fucking name, dude?
Oh, Robert?
Yeah, Robert's Krang. He's a brain.
My brother was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You're so good at that.
Deborah!
Deborah.
My sibling's famous. They're tall.
Dimension X, Deborah. Let's see. His name. It starts with a B.
Is it Bob?
Fuck. Let's see. Everybody.
Deborah! My ears are tingling. They're looking at my TV show, Deborah.
My ears are burning, Deborah. Deborah! Oh, Brad Garrett. Yeah, I knew it started with a B. He's the
ointment, Deborah. It's happening again.
He's the voice of Krang. So, but it was originally going to be Fred Armisen, and I was very excited about that. But they changed it to Brad Garrett for some reason. I guess Fred dropped out.
Oh, shit. We need to get our money out, don't we?
Oh, shit. Yeah, we do. Here, it's on me, okay?
All right.
Oh, the Jews buying lunch.
I'll delete that in.
Oh, wait.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
No, you might have to pay. You might have to pay for yours.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have cash?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
Here. You can just give me a 10.
Here's a 10.
Okay.
Sister Christian, can you do the thing you do? It's true. Ugh.
Don't sing that song. We're gonna get copyrighted.
Oh, yeah, right. I can't even sing. I didn't even say the right words.
If I know this phone, that phone picked up literally everything just now.
Good.
That's good.
It
Yeah, that is
should.
good. That
It
is
should.
good. And our voices should still be overpowering everything.
I'm happy about it. I think this is going well.
This is going well.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. So...
I guess mostly because we're incredibly comfortable with each other, so we're not just like, don't put that in.
Is this the part where we start making out? Can we wait until we get our roast beef so we can kind of incorporate that into the love-making process?
Sure. You can just, slap me with the piece of bacon.
Oh, roast beef curtains.
Deborah! You're being homosexual, Deborah!
I knew it was only a matter of time until that fucking voice came into the podcast.
You bring it up, and then I carry it home.
Well, it happened to be germane to the topic of what we were discussing. The topic of discussion.
Shit, boys, we're rich.
It was germane to the topic of discussion. Jermaine Dupri.
Where's Jermaine Dupri?
I believe a record producer.
Mm-hmm.
And he discovered Mariah Carey, I think. And Little Romeo.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to move the
the
phone here.
Oh, shit.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry to reach toward your crotch.
Can I get some Arby sauce and some horsey sauce?
Yeah.
It should be picking up. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
You as well.
Can you hear it?
Don't do that.
Can you hear the... Oh, shit.
I'm gonna
Can
have
you
to edit
hear
the
the
fucking
Arby's?
audio now,
No, that's
Ryan.
the point.
No, I don't want it to be too loud.
Why?
Because that's very disturbing to one's ears.
Right, so they're... What? Nobody is listening
Oh,
anyway.
you know, I should leave that and be like, pay attention.
Right, yeah. Wake up! I know we're boring, but
Yeah.
wake up.
Stop looking at your phone while you're listening.
Are we going to eat while we drive? You can't do that.
We cannot do that. That's not safe.
So why didn't you just park in the parking lot so we
Oh,
could eat?
piss. Why didn't you tell me that before I fucking left?
Back it up.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep.
Okay, we're still reversing.
Oh, it's not a heart monitor.
We're not dead.
All right.
You better not fucking look at me. Ah!
Look out!
He came out of nowhere.
We're gonna die. We're all gonna
Say,
die
if you beep
someday.
No, don't say it like that. You gotta be like, oh, we're all gonna die someday.
That's what I said.
No, you emphasize the someday.
I said the loud part quiet, the quiet part loud. All right.
Am I good?
Where's your
I can never fucking tell how close I am.
sandwich?
I'm standing right here.
Where's your stupid sandwich?
We'll do... Shit, okay. Hold on. Don't worry. I know what to do.
Oh, I thought you were gonna buy one of those things.
Bam. Fuck you.
He's so angry, folks. I think deep down, Ronnie's An angry
I've
guy.
got deep-rooted...
Deep-rooted aggression.
Yeah, there you go.
Here. I think stems from being mistreated. This is mine.
So, you said you liked the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You said you liked the Ninja Turtles at a young age, and you still like the Ninja Turtles to
Oh
this day.
yeah. And I'll never stop. The word isn't like, Ronnie. The word
Love.
of the day is love.
The word of the day is love. Pee Herman's like screaming.
Ah! It's the word of the day! That was horrible.
Special word.
Deborah! They all sound like Ray Romano.
Yeah.
Ah, it's the word of the day, Deborah! Ah, yeah! Back like a high, make a high, ho! Horsey sauce. Arby's sauce. Alright. Yes, I love...
Stop, don't do that.
I love the,
Bad Ryan.
Sorry. Love, like, and another, if we're, as long as we're on the topic of,
Yeah.
shows and stuff that I love, Ghostbusters.
You like Ghostbusters?
Um,
Love. God damn it. You love Ghostbusters.
love, I'm talking, like, serious love. Was not the first thing I told you, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man doll?
Yes, that's
I brought
true.
that
At a
thing with
young-
me to see Ghostbusters 2 in the theater in 1989.
Wow. My older brother was born in 1989.
Really?
Yeah.
So he didn't get to see it in the theater, unless he was
They
born
brought
in
him-
there or they brought him in as a tiny tot.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Right now I'm eating, in case anybody cares,
Hashtag not sponsored.
right, a delicious hash brown-esque potato cake from Arby's. And I'm having in case you didn't hear us order, which you did,
Gee, you had to.
a beef and cheddar sandwich and a classic roast beef sandwich. They used to have junior roast beef sandwiches, but now they call them classic roast beef sandwiches. What are you eating again?
I'm eating a bourbon barbecue triple steak sandwich.
Dude, we could totally get sponsored by some of these restaurants. If anybody picks up
We
this
just
thing,
get fucking like bombarded.
yeah, we're like, and today
Do another one!
we're eating Burger King, and it's delicious. So you definitely have the ability. Okay, I loved Ghostbusters so much
Okay.
that I will never forget this dream I had.
Ooh.
I was probably like 7 or 8, and I had a dream that I had the Ghostbusters firehouse, the toy, like the
Cool.
play set, like because this thing was gigantic and probably cost a fortune, and only the richest, coolest kids had it. And in the dream, I had it, and I'll never forget how fucking heartbroken I was when I woke up and saw that it wasn't actually there.
Oh.
So yeah, what was okay? So Hannah, I think even before dawn, before the break of dawn, in 3rd grade, I had a huge crush on my babysitter Jocelyn.
Ooh.
It was like, to this day now, I hear that name and I'm just like, Jocelyn. She was blonde and beautiful, and this is becoming like a therapy session. It all started when I pulled back a bathing suit of a girl in kindergarten to dump water down her bathing suit, saw her butt,
Oh boy.
and fell deeply in love with her. So, obviously, I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I sat next to Jacqueline Block in synagogue and would play footsie with her, and she had 2 different color eyes, which I thought was awesome.
That's awesome.
I know, and I really, and I had a crush on her. But
It's
you
a
don't.
rarity to meet a girl with 2 different colors.
It is. She was like the David Bowie of little Jewish girls.
Ryan's Jewish, by the way.
Oh yeah, in
Oh,
case
yeah.
nobody knew. Obviously, at that age, you don't know. You like almost don't know. I don't know. It's like a budding instinct to mate or something. It's like this, like, I love this girl, she's great, but you don't know, you don't know what it is really to be in love and to
Yeah, you're too young to understand the concept. But
Right.
in your mind, right?
Sorry.
In your mind, you're just like, hey, she's cool.
It's natural. It's very natural, right? So when, I guess now, Oops. I should probably silence my phone. I guess now the evolution would reach up. The next step in the evolution of your emotion would be to, like, have somebody love you.
Yeah.
That wasn't a family member or an unconditional.
This is a different person.
This is a
who isn't
different
in your
person.
family.
Right. This is somebody.
Unless you're that type of person that falls in love with your family members, in which case we're not going to judge. We're not going to judge.
Is that copywritten?
We're
Dueling banjos? Yeah, we're not going to judge. We don't judge you. Next caller. Oh, yeah, I was banging my sister.
Next caller. Because we already had like 3.
The phone boards are lighting up.
We can't keep our phones on the hook.
We were both very offended by your words about me and my sister. This is delicious. How's your sandwich?
Beefy.
Good. This tastes like plastic. Doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste like it usually does. Sorry, Arby's. Now we're not going to get sponsored.
Now.
That tastes like shit.
It was going so well. I know you said it tastes like, and now we're fucked. Fucking
Arby's.
Rudy Goo is gonna be a go. What the fuck, guys?
Rudy Goo.
Don't laugh.
Right.
They don't like when you laugh.
What do you mean?
Rudy Goo doesn't like when you take themselves very seriously.
Right.
Please. I still haven't used all my Rudy Goo.
It's not even real.
Yes, it is, Brian. Stop fucking up the fourth wall.
How meta.
Yeah, fuck off, Ryan. God, can't you see we're trying to set up a fucking, like, fake, plot line to this whole podcast?
Yeah, well, in actuality, it is real. Is real. Is real? Is real. I'm Jewish.
Okay.
Rudy Glue is an actual product. It's a small startup business.
Don't laugh, Ryan. It is. It's real. We're leaving it at that. Christ.
But they're not doing well.
Well, that's why they wanted us to sponsor them.
I know,
Because they know how wonderful we are.
I know, but I feel bad for the guy. He's got kids.
Yeah, which is why we're trying to help him out here. So go on to www.rudyGoo.com/. It's not a real site.
Help the kids. Help the kids that ain't real.
They are real.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about. We'll keep you posted on the.
Word. I'll let you
how
know.
they are.
So
On the progress.
But getting back to love.
Mm-hmm.
There was.
I don't love this sandwich.
Stop saying that. So, when I was a young boy,
A young warthog.
there was a lot of things I was in love with, but I eventually fell out of, like, the love of them, such as Thomas the Tank Engine and Barney and Dora the Explorer and things of that nature. But there was something that I fell in love with at a young age that I'm still in love with to this day, and that's Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Which would explain your alter ego.
Yes. And my real name.
Well, that's why you loved it so much, because you could relate,
Yeah.
being an Ed yourself.
Yes.
How do you spell your Ed? E-D-D-E-D?
Yes, double D.
Double V.
Yes.
You know,
E-D-D.
I think what's going to make this show very interesting is that we are of different generations.
Yes.
Cartoon Network, when it came out with like Dexter's Laboratory and Powerpuff Girls and Ed, Edd and Eddy and all this stuff, that was cow and chicken. That wasn't my shit.
Huh.
That wasn't my thing. Cartoon Network didn't even exist when I was young enough to like watch all that stuff.
I think that's really cool.
It is? I don't.
Because, like, you were around before Cartoon Network was even a thing. So
It
you
was.
got to see it start up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wasn't watching it.
Yeah, but you were watching it. So was the thing like...
If I was stupid.
You weren't stupid.
No, it was stupid.
Oh, it was stupid. I was born around...
I might have been stupid.
I was born around the time when Cartoon Network was, like, just settling in.
Yeah, there's, like, this whole generation of people that came after me that now are, like... They're, like, Ed, Ed, and Eddie babies. They're,
Yeah.
like, they love that shit.
I remember I was around the time when Ed, Ed, and Eddie... Like, new episodes of Ed, Ed, and Eddie were still coming out. And my brother will tell you that... My older brother will tell you that he was around when new episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air were still coming out.
Oh, yeah, me too. I didn't watch that shit either. I think I was very racist as a child. Like... which is weird. I liked Family Matters a lot.
Hey, you're wearing the hat!
Yeah.
I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out.
I'm wearing the screw hoop hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that. We're going to let people base their own opinions on whatever the fuck that is. We won't
Talk about it later, baby.
Yeah, well, we won't talk about it now. That's
No.
for another episode.
What? So, well, I grew up in cities.
Yeah.
Urban areas.
Okay.
And I was always kind of mistreated by black kids, I guess.
Okay.
And I was like the only white kid. Or like one of very few amounts of white kids in my group, in my classes
So,
and stuff.
Ironically, you were the minority, I
Well,
guess.
when I went, that's ironically I was, yeah. But I mean, that was only for a short time. I spent a lot of time in Hebrew day school,
Yeah.
up in North Wilmington. But I lived in the city, and there was a time in 3rd grade with Dawn, actually,
Okay.
that I went to Warner School, which is in the city,
Okay.
and I saw a lot of very bad things, and I think it might have helped shape like this, if I'm being honest, kind of like a racist mentality where like I thought, I don't know.
It wasn't even you being racist. You were just like, man, they're not really treating me very well. I don't like them.
Right. Like after a while, no matter how beautiful a rose is, you get pricked by enough thorns, you start.
You're like, fuck these roses.
Fuck these roses. Roses are fucking stupid, right? Even though they're not.
Yeah, even
You
though
just-
they're very lovely and delicate and
Right.
beautiful. But, you know.
Even just black people, like black people.
Lovely, delicate, and beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
Or like people in general. You can't. And then, obviously, as I like went into, well, in 3rd grade, I just told somebody this. I had a teacher, Mrs. Connolly, this nice white lady, and but the whole class was basically black kids and me. And I remember one little, can you say black girl? I feel bad saying that. Like one little black girl.
You're not lying.
I'm not. Excuse me.
There you go. As long as you say excuse me, it's fine.
Yeah. I burp every time I say little black girl. Excuse me. So, she was being a menace. And all I remember is she had these little, like, purple, those, like, you know those purple, like,
I know what you're
balls
talking
in their
about.
hair?
I know what you're talking
You
about.
know those, like, little plastic balls that you can, like,
Yeah.
shoot through, kind of? Like, they clack together sometimes?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. She had those in her hair. And she was a huge disturbance.
Yeah.
Just constantly talking and being an idiot. So, I think Mrs. Connolly gave her detention or something, and I remember the next day, sitting in class, just loving 3rd grade life, I guess, and the girl's mom, this gigantic woman, comes storming into the room, barging in, slaps Mrs. Connolly in the face,
Oh, boy.
and walks out. So I have. I don't know how this topic turned into like blatant racism, but I have some.
I mean, but it's not like you're lying or anything. You're telling your experience and
Right.
how you thought about it as a young child and
Right.
what you took from it.
Right.
This isn't you going, oh, black people being black people. This is,
No.
no, I was a young boy in the classroom. A woman walked up to my teacher, slapped her, and then left. And
Right.
in my head, I was like, that's not good.
No, and I
People
never
aren't
saw a
suppo-
white person do that.
Yeah, people
I'm
aren't
sure they
supposed
have.
people aren't supposed to do that.
No, and that's the whole thing with racism. It's like, at least I hope most people are like me, where like you see this kind of like, what is it? It's like a reaction to your surroundings, but you know deep down that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like of course I know that not all black people are like that.
Yeah.
Not all people are the same. It doesn't matter whether and there are fucking bad white people. There are Jews out there that I can't stand.
But it's that initial feeling that's been built by experience.
Yeah.
You just have to have the wherewithal to know that it's like not reality.
Yeah. You just have to be mature enough.
Right.
Like,
It just takes maturity, introspection.
Yeah. So that was a fun topic.
That was.
Back on love. Before we delve too deep into this, and Rudy's goo is just like, oh fuck these
Oh,
guys.
fuck that. They're a bunch of racists.
Made fun of my kids.
Made fun of my kids. Okay.
The reason why, like, I thought about this before I went to sleep. This is like 2:30 in the morning when I was trying to go to bed, mind you. My brain was like, yo, tell me why you love Ed and Eddie. And
Oh,
the reason why I love Ed and Eddie is because, like, I've recently started watching it again, and it's basically my childhood. Of, I was born in a time where all you had was TV. You didn't have a phone. And if you had a game system, it was an old one. So
you had an Atari, didn't you?
I had an Atari.
That's not. You were not. That's not true. You were because
It probably wasn't an Atari.
you said no. You said you had an Atari.
I'm not sure now.
You played Pong. You said
I did play Pong. That is very true.
so you had to have an Atari. So wait.
And I played Centipedes, and that's why I like Dig Dug so much. And I used to play Asteroids at home.
Well, those games are the shit.
They
They
are.
always will be. Wait, you said you were born in a time when if you had a game system, it was an old one?
Well, to us it was new, but I was born around the time where the PS1 was just coming out.
Year? Oh, right. So, what year? When were you born?
96.
I'm old. I'm so old.
You're not old, Ryan. You're in the prime of your life.
I hope so. I mean, I hope not.
Anyway.
Prime of my life would be better than this. When did N64 come out in like 97?
I can't remember. All I know is that we never got the N64. We never got the N64. We never got the Super Nintendo. We never got the GameCube.
And it's not like you were born into a video game system. You don't get... So, by the time you were 5, in 2001,
Yeah.
the PlayStation 2 was already out.
Yeah.
So you could have had that.
Basically.
When I was 5, I was working with the Genesis Core system.
Yeah.
Or an NES.
Yeah.
So it's not like... Alright, so how does this relate to Ed, Edd and Eddy again?
I'm basically implying the fact that I was like this. I didn't have like an iPhone 7, and I didn't have like a fucking PS4. It was me, a TV, and if there was nothing good on TV, my ass would go outside.
Right.
Like most kids need to be fucking doing these days. You hear me, young people? Fucking go outside and make friends.
Nobody's listening.
They're listening. I hope they are. If you've listened for this long, God bless you. But
This is what? I would listen to this.
when I was bored, I would go outside and I would just play with my friends.
Yeah.
I would play tag, hide and seek, basketball. Like, if there was nothing on TV, I would just have something to do outside, you know? And that's what Ed, Edd and Eddy was all about. Ed, Edd and Eddy was basically about, like, 12-year-old kids just having fun with each other.
They looked ugly to me. They always looked like scary.
Well, the cartoon style is different.
It's very squiggly and like manic almost. It's like
the cartoon style is very different. We'll definitely agree on that.
I could never get into that.
You know what show used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid? It was Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That's another
That used to
Cartoon
scare
Network
like
show.
parts of that show used to scare the
It's
fuck out of
disturbing,
me.
right?
Yeah, just the way that like shit happened in that one.
That was when I tried to get to watch because I liked the artistic style of it. I liked I don't know, it had like nice images, but like scary.
Yeah.
The idea level, I'm sure I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
So it stopped. But what was the last thing we said? No, I don't remember.
Uh,
It stopped recording because
hold on. Do you want to stop?
no.
Okay.
We
never mind.
now you don't stop. You never stop intentionally. You never know what you could miss.
That's true. Don't fall.
How come it didn't turn?
Oh, because I have it locked.
Oh, what were we saying?
We were talking.
Oh, he got a phone call, and that's why the audio stopped. Because we're recording on a fucking phone!
Because R&R in the car. Fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna bring a fucking soundproof building in here.
Yeah! I want to be Mark Barron! I love Mark Maron.
Shout out to Mark Maron if you're watching this.
Dude, he is so funny. And so real. I really just want to put a set of headphones on, too. I think I'll just wear my Beats headphones in the car. Not attached to anything, just so I can feel like I'm in the booth. So, Are you done eating?
Not really, but I'm just taking breaks because we're
Alright.
having conversations.
Eventually, we're going to have to get to the difficult, sometimes sticky subtopic of romantic love. And, like, actually get into that. So that's not always fun territory.
Why don't we just talk about it now?
Okay.
We just, Okay. Basically, to sum up the whole Ed, Ed, and Eddie thing, the reason why I like Ed, Ed, and Eddie, because I want to get through with this, because I don't want to leave, I don't want to just fucking leave that shit on like a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ed, Ed, and Eddie because it was basically about my childhood of going out and hanging out with my friends when there was nothing
You
to do in
seem
the
to be
house.
dodging a subject, Ronnie. This is a deflection. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, but that's why I liked Ed, Ed, and Eddie, was because, like, even without even realizing it, there was this, like, sort of, like, I don't want to say government, but there was sort of, like, this understandable...
I wonder if they'll hear the rain. It
They
just started
might.
raining. Sorry.
They might hear the rain. It's really soft.
Just fish.
Leave a like if you can hear that.
There's
Guys,
a
a cat! Ah! Trying to get in here. Ah! Thunder! Ah! Ryan! Don't do that.
Alright,
What are those two weirdos doing in that car over there?
like, anybody gives a shit. I hate when I, like, would go out to eat with,
Amy?
we can't, like, reference people's specific names, I don't
Sorry.
think.
I thought that's what you were going.
No, not, it wasn't Amy. It was, who
Sorry,
was it?
Amy.
Who was it? I think it might have been my ex, Tara, where she would always think that, like, people were listening to us or something. Like
Technically
people
they
like
are.
5 tables away, she'd be like, "Stop! They're listening. Like, don't say." I'm like, these people don't fucking. They're not interested. Like, from your perspective, all you can see is that everybody's like watching you, which is like crazy. That's schizophrenic, but paranoia.
Technically speaking, they are listening. They have ears.
First of all,
They
no,
can't,
but that's the difference between hearing and listening. Maybe they
Oh,
can
that's
hear
true,
like
yeah.
an inaudible mumble.
Yeah, but they're not
But they're
listening.
not listening.
They're not trying to listen to what we're saying.
No.
Okay, yeah.
They should be, because it's if I'm saying it, it's probably entertaining as
Yeah,
shit.
it's probably fucking gold.
Yeah, gold, Jerry. But they're not. Not everybody, like, there's no way people can see. And if they are seeing 2 people in a car, who cares?
Yeah, they're not gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you want to be on our podcast?
Can you hear that?
Yeah,
I
they
think they can hear it.
They can hear that.
Oh, I got wet.
Well, I hope that was funny for you, because you just got rainwater on
I
yourself
got wet.
for a gag.
At least it didn't get on my sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of all the audio things you can do in a car. That's the vent.
I'm confused. What's
Wait,
wrong?
wipers. Fast wipers.
Fast wipers.
Slow wipers.
Hold on.
Wait for it.
Ah!
There they are.
It scared me.
Real slow wipers. Alright, so, what about relationships?
Well, the earliest relationship I can remember was... Hold on. Gotta see if we're... Okay. The earliest relationship I can remember was when I was in middle school. And I would hang out with this girl. We'll call her,
Duh? Daria.
Daria. And,
Dada. Dada. We'll
everyone...
call her Dada.
Everyone thought that me and her were dating.
You and who?
Daria.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
In middle school?
Yeah,
How
she
old?
wasn't... I was probably like 12, a little shit-headed 12 self. But everyone thought that we were dating, and one day she was just like, "Hey, listen, everyone thinks we're dating. Do you just want to date?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that's cool, okay." And like,
That's fun.
it went about as well as a middle school couple would go, in terms of like we would just sit next to each other all the time, and we text each other all the time.
Did you finger blast her?
I was too young to know what the fuck that meant.
Oh,
And then
I still don't know what that means.
we would
I
like
just heard it on South Park.
we would like barely show any like PDAs, because like at our age we were like, ew, gross. You
What
know?
about the other PDAs? Private displays of affection.
Not really, no.
Oh, okay.
The closest, the most that we would do was like she would just kiss me on the cheek when she
Aw.
would like go home, and that was about
Cute.
it. And I did that.
Which cheek?
Huh?
Which cheek?
The right one.
I mean,
Don't.
oh.
That's for you to decide.
That's for you in the audience.
Yeah,
to
you
figure
at home
out.
to decide.
You at home.
And-
Play the all new
Yeah, if you're that much
home
of a
version.
circle in the bubble which cheek you thought it was.
If you went to 7-Eleven and picked up your R&R play cards,
Scratch them off.
yeah, scratch the cheeks.
We made it so that you can't use a quarter. You have to use your actual fingernail to scratch it off. So good luck with that.
Well, you shouldn't have to have a quarter, or a penny. Like, what about the people out there that don't have such luxuries?
Well, they're fucked, basically. They're never going to know what's
Like, all I
underneath.
have is this damn $100 bill.
Yeah. They're never going to know.
So, you got further than I ever did.
If you want to call it that.
Well, to a middle schooler, a kiss on the cheek is like fifth base. Yo,
That's true.
So, I was a very awkward adolescent.
As was I, my friend. As was I.
I'm
As
sure
we
most
all
people-
were.
Yeah, but that's not true, because I knew people of my age back then that were like having sex, or like had a girlfriend, or like I went to school with a bunch of douchebags, and I felt like I looked like I was 12 when everybody else looked like they were 20 in high school.
Wow.
And you watch movies like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and all these kids are supposed to be like juniors and seniors in high school, and they look like they're in their 30s, and you feel like you look like a fucking little kid, and it's like,
Say excuse me.
excuse me,
There
sorry.
you go.
And yeah, I wanted to bang Jennifer Love Hewitt, but I didn't look like Matthew Lillard. I looked like Frankie Muniz, or like a weirder looking version of him. And you don't get laid when you look like that, or when you maybe don't have the confidence. It's about confidence, I think. But back then, I did not. My first, because people, you'll talk to people and you'll be like, when was your first girlfriend, or what was the first time you kissed, and they'll be like, oh, I was in like third grade or fourth grade, we had like a makeout party, and I'm like, what?
I never
In
went to a
fourth
makeout party.
grade? How old are you? 10? When I was 10, I was playing with I was probably reading a Goosebumps book, and hadn't even masturbated yet. I was like,
When I was 10, I would slide down the stairs in a laundry basket with my older brother.
Mhm.
And then we'd get hurt, and then we'd tell mom, and my older brother would be like, shut up, don't tell her.
so
Fuck you, Jordan, for always fucking telling on us. Sorry, that's rude.
Jordan.
Come on.
Jordan!
Jordan, Deborah,
Deborah!
you tattled, Deborah.
Yeah, you're tattling on Jordan for tattling to Deborah.
I was like, anyway.
I mean, there's a part of this that's gonna get a little dark,
Oh, yeah.
if I'm being honest.
Love is painful? Love is painful.
How long have we been going?
We have been going for 58 minutes and 58 seconds.
Wow.
A
Pretty
lot's
good.
happened.
A lot has happened.
Yes.
Well, that's our show.
We're not talking about anything anymore.
What's the runtime?
I don't know, an hour and a half.
Is that what you want?
Do you want that?
That's fine.
All right, fuck it then. Congratulations, you got to sit through 30 more minutes of this.
Fuck. don't have to
So yes, love is
talk for
painful.
30 more minutes. Love.
You were confused about the fact that there were a lot of grown-up like things that young people were doing when you were just like, hey, at a young age, I wasn't doing all that shit. I was out busy being a fucking 10-year-old.
Right.
Well, everybody else was out being like
But I
a
wanted it.
20-year-old.
I remember my friend Jeff wanted me to come over and watch The Wedding Singer with him and his girlfriend in his basement. He invited his cousin Laura. And there was like this felt like pressure. Like I didn't want I just wanted to have a good time. So like my first introduction to like hanging out with girls was like unbearable, paralyzing pressure, like fear.
Yeah.
Like sitting there watching this movie being like, I want to make out with her. But I didn't even like her. I didn't even find her attractive, but I knew that it's what I should have been doing. Or like what they wanted me to do. Or like what maybe she wanted to do, but I was scared. I was very scared.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, that's not a good, look, sex and love and dating and relationships, it's no secret that shit can get, that is like, it's fucked up. It can get fucked up. Like, when you think about love and you think about marriage and all this stuff, you have this like fuzzy, like warm, like idea of what it actually is, but like at its core, this shit is full of like all kinds of fear and like panicky anxiety and like and like just worrying that maybe the possibilities that you're like completely inadequate, or that like anything that you try to do, or like a relationship that you try to formulate is just doomed to fucking failure and heartbreak. The consequences, while I don't think outweigh the possible benefits,
Yeah.
are definitely present and scary.
Yeah. As they would be. It's,
With anything, I guess. When you talk about anything, I guess that's how it could be.
it's like taking a leap of faith. You're
Exactly.
jumping off of a very, like, high cliff, and you're either going to get very hurt, or it's going to work out for you pretty well.
How? How could jumping off a cliff work out for you?
Because you could land where you're aiming for, which is the very
Other side?
the very comfy body of water that you would like to dive into.
All right. So, but it just, I guess it sucks to watch it. All your friends jump and reach the water, and you try to jump and you just fucking mangle yourself on
Or you could do like
stalagmites.
me. You could do like me, where you look out over the edge and you go, nah, and then you just walk home. Because
How fulfilling is that?
because instead of going,
Well, then you're not even trying.
exactly.
I'd rather.
Now you welcome to my world. Because I was in that realm. Because if we can get a little bit edgy here, boys and girls.
Let's do it.
I was in the pocket of human beings that a lot of other kids would look at and go, hey, that guy doesn't look right. So they didn't go, hey, I understand that you don't look like me, but I'm still going to hang out with you, which is what most kids did, because they were like, I mean, his head's the size of Mount Rushmore, but, no, that I will say with pride. But,
That's why we're on the radio, kids.
But, yeah. But they were like, because it's basically like at work, basically. Like, everybody likes hanging around because I have a good personality and everything,
Right. You do.
But it's school. First of all, it's middle school and high school. And that is the worst place to be when you are trying to figure yourself out, or you're
So right.
You're like, I don't know, fucking fugly, just to put it blatantly. If you weren't like on the football team and you weren't benching like 6 people at once, or you weren't like an incredibly hot European girl, or just an incredibly hot girl in general, you were fucked.
And not literally.
True. You were fucked. Very, very badly.
Mm-hmm.
If you did not come to school with the, most, tightest clothes, if you didn't come to school looking...
The freshest gear.
Yeah, looking fucking fly, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then you were fucked. And I did not do any of that. I came to school looking like how Ed you will usually look, because it was 7 in the morning, and I was like, fuck trying to get a really nice outfit on. I'm just gonna put on whatever in my closet, and I'm going to school.
You felt like you were like, you were polishing a turd if you put on like something.
Sorta, yeah. And because
like
I
you just didn't care.
Yeah, I just didn't
You
care.
look nice today. What is that?
Pants.
What's the shirt?
Oh, it's I don't know when I got this shirt.
I like that.
Because both times I've seen you out of your work clothes, not naked, but I saw you wearing.
One time naked.
Once, yeah.
Yeah.
When we talk about that.
In another podcast.
Yeah, in the late night podcast.
Hey, R&R After Dark.
In the car after dark.
Oh shit! Now we gotta make that.
Oh shit. We turn the headlights on for that one. kids.
Hey. Roll the windows
Emphasis on
up.
head. What?
What?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay, but what were you gonna say?
I don't remember. Oh, I was gonna say that but both times I've seen you not wearing your work clothes, you were wearing the same shirt. It was that white shirt with like the kid's face all over it or something.
Are you talking about the Fallout shirt that I had? Yeah, I know what shirt you're talking about.
It's
It
got
was
like a
white.
cartoon face.
Yeah, and it was a bunch of like faces all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's my Fallout shirt. I like that shirt. I just bought it actually.
Oh,
But anyway, to get back into the whole thing of
Where's that bag?
I delved into such a fucking topic that I forgot what I was talking about. All I know is
You were talking about how hard it was for you to go to school looking different.
yeah, and it was very, very, very difficult for me to find someone who, like, I guess felt romantically about me the way I felt about them.
And it's still hard, isn't it?
Yeah, there was this girl that I had like a painfully huge crush on. I'm not going to tell her name either because her name was Cindy. There we go.
Cindy.
I really liked Cindy. Cindy liked me as a friend. Cindy enjoyed my company. Cindy and I would hang out in art class, and I loved hanging out with Cindy in art class. She was incredibly funny. And then at one point, I got like flipped upside my head, and I was like, "What was that?" And that just ended up me going, "Hey, you like her?" And I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh shit, I do like
Yeah. So that happened, and then at one point I was like, "Hey Cindy, you're a cool cat. How's about you and I head down to the mulch shop?" But no, I liked Cindy, and I told her how I felt about her, and she did the one thing that I was hoping she would not do, which is Cindy told me she had a boyfriend, or Cindy told me that she was in love with someone else.
Yeah.
And me being the gentleman that I am, I was like, all right, cool. When in reality, I felt
You were
like
devastated.
I felt like all of my limbs were just gonna fall off, and I was just my head was just gonna roll out of the classroom, just going, all right, bye guys, I'm gonna go roll out into traffic and hope I get run over. Told you we were gonna get edgy, but yeah, that happened. And
I mean, I've tried to kill myself over women, like literally.
I know.
Like attempted suicide. So the darkness
Yeah.
is not something that I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
If we're gonna get to a place like that,
We're already
on
in the
this
place,
show,
so hey, we're gonna get to the place.
I think honesty is the best policy.
Yeah.
So was that your first exposure to
The hardships of love.
heartbreak and
Basically, yeah.
devastating, overwhelming sadness?
Yeah. Listen, I got a thick skin, but I tell you, it plucks at the strings when you're hanging out with a girl that you had feelings for, and her boyfriend comes in,
Fuck that guy.
and they smooch, and you're just like,
Oh,
I want to rip my hair out. But and it's only because it's like But he was a nice guy. I forget his name. I don't want to say it, but we'll call him Marvin.
Marvin's a dick.
Marvin's
Was
not
he a good guy?
He was a good guy. It was funny. I liked him.
You hated him.
Yes, that's true. I liked him, but I hated him.
Do you have a hard... Next time, you know what? Next show, we're going to talk about hate.
Okay. That's gonna... Oh, boy. I can only imagine what's gonna happen there.
Well, I mean, this... So I'll talk for a minute. Okay. I will... I will not get into specifics about my past relationships. I am 13 years older than my little podcast partner here.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit more experience in I wouldn't say all matters, but this one in particular, I
Yeah.
think. I'd say, how many relationships, I wonder, have I been in? I've probably been in like 5 or 6 actual relationships with women. And they've all, obviously, since I'm single now, they've all ended. And not one of them was my doing. I only ever told one girl I didn't want to see her anymore, and that was after like a couple of dates. Like, it wasn't even like a long period of
Yeah, so you didn't
time.
really fall in love with them.
Right. She did not take that well. But I would say that was the only time it was my decision to end anything romantic.
Yeah.
So my experiences with love, therefore, are kind of they feel like failures. It feels like an unsuccessful, repeated, like kind of like a beat down of my heart, sort of, which sucks. But I'm not. I would never give up. I hope one day to have a wife and kids and a family and get married. All my friends like married. I have like 4 best friends that all married the very first girl they had sex with, and now are in lifelong committed relationships with, and are having kids and all that stuff. And I feel like I'm swinging and missing time after time after time, and it sucks. This is getting a little bit dark, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it sucks. It kind of sucks.
You're adults.
Yeah,
You're fine.
everybody will be all right with this. And so, I guess the culmination, what I wanted to build towards, I guess, in this podcast, was that love can also apply to how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, we've talked before about how validation needs to come from inside of you.
Yeah.
And I feel like how so many people probably misconstrue love as like, or they misconstrued their desire to be validated by someone else in a romantic relationship as love.
Yeah.
A dependency on other people.
Yeah.
So,
and the way they feel towards you.
Right, and I've been guilty of this myself, where I think that's why I get so upset when a relationship ends, because I was basically dependent on that connection to kind of validate myself. It was like, if this person wants to be with me, I'm special. I'm somebody. You know?
Obviously, I'm a good person if somebody wants to, spend their time with me.
And while that's not the thing I'm consciously thinking, it's probably a deep down.
It's apparent.
Right. It's definitely present. So what I want to work on at this point in my life, and what I think is important for everybody to work on, all of you people out there in podcast land, on Podcast Planet, is
don't turn that dial.
is that you learn to validate yourself and fill that part of yourself that is seeking purpose and that lonely part of you, that it's okay to be alone, a symbiotic romantic relationship is not necessary in order to feel fulfilled.
Learn to love yourself.
Right, I mean,
you're a good person.
This society really harps on this shit. If you're single by the time you're 35, you're either gay or you're weird. If you're a crazy cat lady, if you're not married, you're a spinster, you're an old maid. They made a show called The Single Guy with Jonathan Silverman when I was younger. It's there's
a movie out there called The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Right. I mean, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Everybody has a different life.
Steve Carell is a good actor.
I mean, that's a hilarious movie. That movie is hilarious. So. But I mean, there's a 40-year, there's a fucking 50-year-old virgin out there who, when that movie came out, he was like, well, fuck. If they're really like,
if they're poking at 40-year-olds not having sex, and I'm 50 and I still haven't had sex, fucking goddamn it.
Right. This society is like obsessed with the idea that everybody should be with somebody else, that you should be.
Now that I'm thinking about it in The 40-Year-Old Virgin, It wasn't Michael. I'm thinking of The Office. The character Steve was playing was very like, he wasn't weird, but he was very to himself. He would play. He had a fucking gaming chair. You remember that?
Yeah. And he played.
He would paint his like miniature
Right.
action figures and everything.
Yeah.
He would like, he'd never go out, to drink or anything like
What's
that.
his name in that movie?
I can't remember.
Andrew or like
Andy?
Andy? Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is Andy.
It's Andy?
Mm-hmm.
He'd never driven a car.
They didn't say he'd never driven one, but he had a bike. He didn't drive.
Yeah.
Right. But he was okay by himself, but he wasn't, because he would watch porn and he was lonely.
Yeah.
But I don't think he realized it until he started actually opening himself up to other people and hanging out with them. He didn't realize like quite how lonely he was.
Yeah.
So I'm writing this kind of like dissertation right now.
Okay.
About like self-love and how you can relate to other people and how you can remain an individual in this like society of people that are kind of like, I don't know, they're like, everybody's kind of like always comparing themselves to other people.
That's
so how
true.
can you truly be an individual? It's weird because, and then I had this lady at Lucky's last night, this older black lady who I guess she was like a teacher, and she was talking my fucking ear off. But she did say a couple things that I thought were cool. She said, because I'd been writing about this the night before, she was saying that how we're all so different, but we are the same. We have these, these innate similarities, you know?
Yeah.
These, so, I don't know. It is difficult to figure out this thing called life. Life and love are very intertwined,
Yeah.
I feel like. What do you want to get married someday?
Well, yeah, getting married would be nice.
Yeah. What, right now?
Now,
Me
no.
and you on the show? I wasn't prepared
Surprise.
for such a thing.
Will you marry me, Ryan Kratky?
Oh my god, it's all so sudden. Oh, Ronnie, you've made me so happy. I gotta call my mother. Mom,
Deborah!
Deborah, he did it. He finally did it.
You showed me the ring,
He
Deborah!
he finally did it.
I think you dropped the phone. Oh, shit.
Your baby's not a single loser no more.
Fuck you, Ma!
Deborah.
Deborah!
Is that how we end the show? Where
You'll
you...
never guess what he popped.
My cherry and the question
Both in the same time.
in the same night. Deborah.
What do you mean that's disgusting? It's romantic, Deborah! I'm gonna tell my brother!
You tell your wife that some guy just asked you to marry him and he had sex
yeah.
with you anally.
I forgot about that.
Deborah, why are you crying?
What's the matter, Deborah? Haven't you heard of polygamy?
Just go tell the twins. Sports.
Sports!
Oh, we could talk about sports next time.
Deborah! I don't even watch sports.
Neither
so
do I.
it would really
That would be perfect.
talk about sports even though we don't watch them.
Yep.
People would get so mad.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
It's not about people.
Okay.
It's about us. What are we
so
on?
we're at an hour and 18 minutes.
All right.
If you want, we can end it.
I think we can end it.
Okay.
Is there anything you have left to say?
Yeah. What's our closing subject? I guess.
Oh, we have one more. We have one more product.
One more sponsor.
One more sponsor.
That's totally real.
Okay. The clock is ticking. You want? Oh wait. What? The clock literally is ticking right now.
Yeah, it's a clock.
Okay. So, all right. So we do have another sponsor.
Yes.
We not just Rudy Glue. We've got this one right here.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll keep us going. The clock is ticking. You want to watch porn, but you still haven't showered, and your friends will be over any minute. We've all been there. And sometimes waiting can feel like the hardest thing in the world. Until now. That's right. Patience, the product that swept Japan, is now available in the States. Visit www.waitforit.com to order. Patience is just a few clicks away. Allow 78 business weeks for delivery.
That's
So,
a long time.
I
guess you gotta have patience.
But you don't have it. It's coming.
I think I just blew my own mind.
He had to take his hat off. Was it really that big? Did you have to fucking like...
Well, that wraps up our first
Yeah.
show.
Ending sponsor.
Yep. Thank you guys for listening. If you did you stop it?
No.
All right, good. Thanks for listening. If you did listen, do you have anything else to say?
Be good.
Be good.
Be proud of yourself. Okay? If
Love
you're-
yourself.
Yeah, love yourself. If you're worried you're not going to find love, love will come. Okay? There's a lid for every pot. Write that down. Tattoo it on your fucking ass cheek. You know what I mean? Fucking, I don't know. But remember that quote, okay? Remember that quote.
All right, guys. This is R&R in the car, and we're going home.
Word.